today. But what we're going to do first is there's a number of cases that we're going to go through. And there's a lot of people here that are charged with crime of driving. Number of cases that we're going to go through. And there's okay. And there's a number of driving related cases. And in many of these circumstances, the city makes a preemptive motion to amend the criminal case to an infraction. Okay. And in this case, if you're charged with driving with license suspended third degree, the charge is amended to a no valid operating license with ID, and the penalty is $150. If the charge is violating any other ones, then I might defer to the prosecutor, but the clerk also knows all this information as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the docket initially. If you hear your name called, I'm going to ask you're going to be one of those cases that's going to be amended. I'm going to ask you to go line up at the window, and then the clerk will give you your options as it relates to handling an infraction. Okay? All right. So, and then Mr. Ratfield, if I miss anybody or if I miss anybody, let me know. First case would be Shandell Bogan. Is the Boros case going to be?
No.
Okay. Butler?
Yes.
Okay. Christopher Butler? All right. How about Patrick Cantu? All right, Mr. Cantu, is that going to be one of the cases?
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Cantu, you've got a number of infractions that are also tracking, just so you know. You'll be able to do whatever you'd like to do with those, but I'll ask you to go to the back, go to the window and talk to the clerk.
Thank you.
Thank you. Chris Drezen?
Yeah.
Mr. Drezen, I'm going to ask you to go to the window and get in line, and the clerk will help you with this. Your charge, were you here for my speech I just gave? Okay. An infraction, the penalty would be $150. Okay, go ahead and sign. Go ahead and line up at the window. We have one Spanish interpreter case. Is there Martin Nielo, Guillen Nieto? Come back to that one. Nakala Hand. Bradley Hartman. Joseph Headley. All right, Mr. Headley, you're charged with driving the suspended license third. If you want to go to the window, they'll help you out there. Joseph Jason. Connor Lamb. Paul Losey. All right, Mr. Losey, have you go out to the window? Takia Nikke McLeod. All right. Now have you go to the window. Thank you. Frederick Otto. All right, Mr. Otto. And again, just so you know, Mr. Otto, hey, Mr. Otto, just so you know, folks, one thing I should have said this. You get your license back if you can. All right. I mean, again, this is a wheel, which is costing you money. Get your license back. Okay. All right. Good luck to you. Let's see. Joshua Peters. All right, Mr. Peters, go on and have a seat. We're going out there at the window. Great. Thank you. Isaac Prestige. Mr. Prestige, am I pronounced that correctly? Yes. All right, Mr. Prestige, go ahead and have a seat or go out, wait at the window. Ann Rankin. Oh, Ms. Rankin, I'll ask you to line up out there for the, you talk to the clerk about the charge. Let's see. Tristan Robertson. All right, Mr. Robertson, I'll have you have out there. You've got two charges. The DWS third would be amended to a no vol with ID, $150. What are we doing with the failure to transfer titles? They'll be amended to expired tabs with $100? $150 as well. Okay. And clerk knows that, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yasmin Sanchez Garcia. All right, Ms. Sanchez Garcia, go ahead and have there you go. Thank you. Judy Teo. Ms. Teo, same. It's gonna be a little bit bogged up out there, but it'll open up. Angel Villalta Zepeda. Have you out there as well?
That's all I have.
Okay, that's all I have. So what I'll do now is just I'll start at the top of the docket. We'll go through the arraignments. Is Shauna Ackerman available here? All right, Ms. Ackerman, why don't you come forward? You're Shauna Christina Ackerman? All right, good afternoon, Ms. Ackerman. You're here on cause number 5A09329555, charges DUI. To your right is Mr. Haverco. He's a court-appointed counsel for purposes of your arraignment today. Mr. Haverco, I'll have you inquire. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Okay, and who is it? Okay. Okay.
Apparently she's spoken with prospective counsel.
Okay.
Dennis Twitchell. He hasn't filed anything yet.
Okay.
It was I guess the communication was very late.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do, Ms. Ackerman, I'm gonna have Mr. Haverco assist you with the arraignment for today's purposes, okay? So what we'll do is, assuming, I'm looking at your record, I don't see any other similar history. So I kind of know where this is gonna go, but I'll turn it over to Mr. Haverco for now.
Sure, it is for purposes of today's hearing, to stipulate probable cause as court to enter not guilty plea.
All right, so Ms. Ackerman, I'm gonna follow Mr. Haverco's direction, going to find probable cause for purposes of this hearing only. We're gonna enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf. Now what I'm gonna do is turn to the prosecutor to discuss conditions of release.
Standard conditions, Your Honor.
Okay, any objection, Mr. Haverco?
No.
All right, Ms. Ackerman, those standard conditions are as follows. You're to appear timely at all scheduled court hearings. You're to have no criminal law violations. Keep your address and your name and everything else up to date with the court and DOL. You're not to drive without a valid license, proof of drive You're not to drive or be in physical control of a motor vehicle with an alcohol concentration of 0.08 or more, or with a THC concentration of 5 nanograms per milliliter or more. Not to have any I'm going to remove the moving traffic violations at this point, just as I'm not going to have that as a condition. You're not to refuse to submit a breath test or blood test upon request of law enforcement. You're not to refuse any alcohol or drug test upon the request of the court or probation or treatment provider. Do you understand those conditions? Okay. So we're going to give you an out of custody pretrial date in anticipation of you hiring your own counsel. And that next court date is going to be February 12th, and you're going to get a copy of this. It'll be February 12th of 2026 at 9 a.m. And when you hire counsel, just make sure you get a copy of this to them sooner than later so we can keep your case moving forward, okay? All right. All right, let's sign that order. And unfortunately, Ms. Ackerman, you're gonna have to get in that line. Okay, good luck to you. See you back here in February. Try Shandell Bogan one more time. No response. Karen Boros, B-O-R-O-S. Dealt with Christopher Butler. Let's see. Next one would be Jamie Labram. All right, you are Jamie Ann Labram. I'm pronouncing your last name correctly? All right, Ms. Labram, you are here for a charge of DUI under cause number 4A706718R. Present with counsel today, Mr. Haverco. Mr. Haverco, I'll defer to you at this point.
Thank you, Your Honor. I believe this is a refile. This was a case that was, I think, dismissed for lack of a breath test, and there was I think a blood test. I'm assuming the city got that returned.
Yep.
Okay. Would stipulate to probable cause, ask the court to enter not guilty plea. Just to put it on the record, the defendant did indicate that Your Honor may have represented her
2023
and
in
just,
Lakewood.
I did ask her if she has any reason to have an objection, but I just thought it would be smart to bring it to the court's attention. And
Yeah, let me look. I now that you, I mean, I kind of recognize it.
okay.
I did. Okay. So, Ms. Labram, the issue here is whether or not there's a conflict. What are your thoughts, Mr. Haverco? I mean,
I mean, I think. He represented you. He was your defense lawyer. I mean, because
I mean, there's certainly going to be some mandatory conditions, but it is a year. You know, it's been a year with nothing.
right.
So I'm not going to go. I can tell you, I'm not going to go beyond what I statutorily have to do.
I think she feels that she doesn't feel that there's any kind of legal or ethical conflict. She's not bothered by
Okay.
the prior representation, and I think she feels that Your Honor would be objective in this role.
Okay. All right. And Mr. Ratfield, any objection? Okay. All right. So Ms. Labram, I appreciate that. And I feel the same way. If I didn't feel that way, I would not sit here and we would kick this to another judge. So, Mr. Haverco, I'll turn it over to you.
Yeah, again, now are we on the issue of release conditions or?
Probable cause, still at the,
Yeah,
yes.
stipulate the probable cause, ask the court to enter not guilty plea.
Okay. All right, Ms. Labram, I'm going to, based on Mr. Haverco's statements, I'm going to find probable cause for purposes hearing only. Going to enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf. I'll turn to the city as it relates to release conditions. There is a prior from
It's
a
the
couple.
mandatory conditions, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Any objection? Those will be the standard conditions plus ignition interlock.
We do have
Okay. Okay.
So no objection.
Okay. All right, Ms. Labram, I'm going to, we're going to do the standard conditions, law-abiding behavior. You're not to refuse any requests for for a blood or breath test. You can keep your address and everything up to speed with the court and Department of Licensing. Only use your true name and legal name with those entities. I'm going to have you have no alcohol-related infractions, not to refuse to submit to a blood or breath test. As we spoke about, you're also going to have ignition interlock, which sounds like you already have. So what you need to do is just within 5 days, get proof of that to the court. Very good. Are you going to be asking to have court-appointed counsel, or do you plan on hiring your own counsel? Okay.
I
And
believe I represented her before.
okay.
Yeah, because the city had dismissed without prejudice based
Gotcha.
on a lack.
Okay. All right. So based on that, I'll find you're eligible for court-appointed counsel at no expense to you. And
Sign.
so we'll give an out of custody, obviously PR release, out of custody, court-appointed, please.
And then I need. Yeah, hang on to this. Just hang on to this right now. And then before you go, see the clerk. She'll give you copies of your paperwork, your court date, and then I'll be calling you.
Next court date's going to be February 20th. Hold on, you're going to get a copy of this. February 26th at 10 a.m. You're going to be given information on how to contact Mr. Haverco. It sounds like you gave him your good contact information as well. So just be in touch with him sooner than later, and we'll get the case moving forward, okay? All right, good luck to you. Okay, let's see, I'll try Connor Lamb. Melinda Mills. Melinda Mills, no response. Sarah Olette? Olalette? Olette. Okay, come on forward. Yeah, next to Mr. Haverko. All right, you are Sarah Christine Olette. All right, Ms. Olette, you're here for cause number 580886391 on for arraignment, charge for assault 4th degree. Mr. Haverko.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Oh. Got it.
She is not working right now and essentially is between places.
Okay,
So she's, I think I would think she qualifies for court appointed counsel.
sorry, I'm having a glitch with this thing. Let me try this again. It's my signature. Okay. All right, Ms. Olette, I'm going to appoint Mr. Haverko, find you eligible for court appointed counsel at no expense to you. I'm going to appoint Mr. Haverko. And I'll now turn over to Mr. Haverko for the arraignment process.
Thank you, Your Honor. Would pursuant to that stipulate to probable cause, ask the court to enter a not guilty plea. You have a phone number? No phone right now? Okay, okay.
Okay. All right, Ms. Olette, based on statements of Mr. Haverko, I'm going to find probable cause purposes hearing only. We're going to enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf, and I'm going to turn it over to the city for conditions of release.
You're asking for senior contact with the
Is there going to be, you going to do a separate no contact order? Okay. All right, Mr. Haverko, standard conditions, plus there's been a request. There's also, just so the court, just so the defense is aware, I do have a letter from the alleged victim in this matter requesting a no contact order in this case. Any comments?
I don't have a basis to object, Your Honor.
Okay, all right, so what I'm gonna do, Ms. Olette, is I'm going to pose a release you on your own recognizance under the following conditions. Appear timely at all court hearings, no criminal law violations, keep your address and name, date of birth up to speed with the court and DOL. You are not to go on the property of or have contact with a Christina Gotcher. Is that gonna be an issue? Okay, and I'm gonna sign a separate no contact order to that effect. You're going to abide by all prohibitive orders, and Madam Clerk could put, there's going to be an order, so, okay. Next court date is going to be February 26th, and is Ms. Gotcher present in Zoom? Okay, all right. Your next court date is going to be February 26th at 11 a.m. You're going to be given information on how to contact Mr. Haverko. It sounds like you've exchanged your information with him. I expect you to don't contact him on February 25th. I expect you to contact him sooner than later so we can keep these cases moving forward. Okay? All right. I'll sign this order and then I'll sign the appropriate no contact order when Ms. Olette, is your signature, did we capture the right signature?
Well, we can redo that.
Well, I'm going to call it a Mark. As long as you saw her, so you saw Ms. Olette sign it.
Yeah, I did. I
Okay.
think what happened was she didn't realize
Okay.
the signature was working, so she kept pressing on the
Okay, fair enough.
Because this particular unit doesn't
Yeah.
actually show the signature.
Okay,
on the
fair enough.
back.
As long as it's I will
It's
accept
ours.
it as your mark and Mr. Haverko saw you sign. So we'll do that. And I'm also going to, and you're going to get copies of both of these documents. You're going to get a copy of this no contact order keeping you from contacting Christina Gotcher. Was there any combined living area or anything like that?
She doesn't live there
Okay.
anymore, Your Honor.
Okay. And Ms. Olet, you're not to cause, attempt, or threaten to cause bodily injury, assault, sexual assault, harass, stalk, or keep under surveillance the protected person. You're not to contact the protected person directly, indirectly, in person, or through others by phone, mail, or electronic means. What that means is, let's say that you have a friend and you tell your friend to send a text to Ms. Gotcher telling her, saying, let her know you're sorry. That's a violation of this order. Do you understand that? Okay. Not knowingly enter or remain or come within 1,000 feet of the protected person's residence, school, workplace, or their person or their vehicle. Is that going to be an issue? Okay. Let me see here. And we'll have it in place for, it'll be pretrial, but just put in for 2 years for now. Yep. And I'm sorry, what was the relationship between Miss Olay and Miss Gotcher?
And at one time you're always the same. So the connection is that at one time, the defendant was dating the victim's boyfriend. So in other words, defendant used to date a man. They were in the same home. At some point, the relationship sort of split up, and at some point in time, with the defendant still in the home, this other lady moved into the home, who apparently then became the current girlfriend of.
So they all lived together at some point?
Apparently, yeah.
Okay, so that'd be the family or household member? Okay. I'm sorry, and that's for the form I have to figure out. Okay. And then I don't see a weapon. Is city asking for a weapons surrender? Okay, all right. No civil standby needed?
Do you have any stuff there that you need to pick up? Do you have any personal belongings still there that you need to get? You sure? Oh, okay. Apparently, no, she
Not
doesn't have
needed?
any
Okay.
personal effects there, so it doesn't need to have a law
Okay.
enforcement standby.
All right, then we'll, looks like the order's good to go. We'll sign the order. And again, you're gonna get a copy of this. All right, I signed that order. And Ms. Olet, I'm gonna have, will she sign it there?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I think she'll sign that. Well, I can have her sign here too.
yeah.
I'll just have her sign it. Pull it up. There we go. Oak Courts is a little slow.
Yeah,
Go ahead and sign here. Yeah. The signature appears over here. Oh, there you go. Yeah, she has signed the order.
all right. Ms. Olet, you'll get in the line out there and they'll give you copies of those things at the window, all right? Good luck to you. Next case is City versus Jacob Reynolds. Mr. Reynolds, come forward. Mr. Reynolds, I may have to take off your hat when you're at the bench. Thank you very much. All right, this is City of Yelm versus Jacob Reynolds, cause number 580886389. Mr. Reynolds is present, charged of driving with suspended license in the second degree. Mr. Haverko.
So he takes home about $2,500 a month. He lives with his parents, so they charge him about 500 or so a month. So kind of
Okay.
giving him a discount on the rent.
All right, what I can do, Mr. Reynolds, is I can appoint Mr. Haverco, but I'll have you contribute $200 to offset the costs to the city. That's something you want to do?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so I'll appoint Mr. Haverco and offset a $200. Mr. Reynolds will be responsible for $200 to offset the cost to the city of Yelm. All right, Mr. Haverco, go ahead.
Well, pursuant to that, stipulate to probable cause, ask the court to enter not guilty plea. Do you have a phone number?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Reynolds, going to find probable cause for this hearing only, going to release you on your own recognizance, absent an objection from the city. Under the following conditions, you're to appear timely at all scheduled court hearings, you're not to have any criminal law, criminal traffic violations, keep your address and everything up to speed with the court and DOL. Most importantly, you're not to drive without a valid license and proof of liability insurance. You understand that? Now, I looked at you are innocent until proven guilty, but I looked at what DOL is telling me, and it looks like you need to pay a reissue fee and take a safe driver's course. That sound familiar?
No, sir. Actually, I had a couple of questions today.
Well, I'm going to defer to Mr. Haverco. I'm just telling Mr. Haverco, that's what I saw on his ADR. So I'll let you talk to Mr. Haverco on that. We're going to give you a court date, which is going to be February 26th at 10 a.m. And you're going to be given contact information from Mr. Haverco, and you're going to make sure Mr. Haverco has good contact information for you. So you and he can get together and talk about what's going on and what's the best way to resolve it, okay?
Working. You have to sign one other thing here. Sign one more time. That's your time payment agreement. Here you go. Okay, you signed both documents.
All right. Mr. Reynolds, we'll see you back here on the 26th, all right?
January?
February. You're going to be given a copy of the order with that date.
Okay, yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right. Good luck to you. Next matter is City versus Jared Rice. Cause number 5A09600658. Mr. Rice is present with counsel, charged as operating a motor vehicle without ignition interlock. Mr. Haverco.
Yeah, have a job right here. Recovering from cancer, not working right now, basically staying with a significant other. So he's not, sounds like he's not feeling well enough to
All right.
work at the moment.
I'll find you're eligible at no cost to you, Mr. Rice, for the appointment of Mr. Haverco. Mr. Haverco, go ahead.
Stipulate the probable cause, ask the court to enter not guilty plea.
Okay. Mr. Rice, I'm going to find probable cause for this hearing only, enter a plea of not guilty to the charge of operating a motor vehicle without ignition interlock. Going to be standard conditions of release, which are going to include law-abiding behavior. Most importantly, not driving without a valid license and insurance, not driving with an ignition interlock if ordered to do so with by the Department of Licensing. Keep your address and phone number and everything up to speed with the court and the Department of Licensing. And I'm going to give you a court date of February 26th at 11 a.m. You're going to be given information on how to contact Mr. Haverco. Make sure he's got a good number for you. And we will see you back here on the 26th. Thank you. Good luck to you. City versus James Robinson. This is cause number 5A09329554. Mr. Robinson is present with counsel, charge of controlled substance, knowing possession. Mr. Haverko.
Right now, just for purposes. It's okay. Okay. You working at all? Or? I'm trying to find some work. He's currently not working, stays with his father. He's been looking for work, but not unemployed or not employed at the moment.
All right. All right. Based on that, I'll find Mr. Robinson's eligible for court-appointed counsel, no expense to Mr. Robinson. So I'll turn it over to you, Mr. Haverko.
Stipulate to probable cause, ask the court to enter a not guilty plea.
All right. Mr. Robinson, going to enter a plea of not guilty, find probable cause for this, and you're going to be PR released on the following conditions. Make all court hearings, no criminal law violations, keep your address and date of birth and everything else up to speed with the court and DOL. Going to order you not to utilize any I'm gonna say no alcohol, non-prescribed drugs, cannabis or drug paraphernalia while this case is pending. Next court date is going to be February 26th at 10 a.m. You're going to be given information on how to contact Mr. Haverko and vice versa. Do you have a good number to give him?
You have a phone number? It's okay. It's all right.
Okay, then make sure when.
The judge is asking you if you agree to those conditions. So if you agree to them. Well, not today. No, I'm asking. Maybe. Okay, there you go.
All right, Mr. Haverko, were you able to get any contact information from Mr. Robinson?
Well, in this case, he doesn't have a phone. I
Okay,
just make a note of that. So
Okay.
those folks that don't, I just have to talk to them, typically at court.
all right, so Mr. Robinson, you're going to be given contact information from Mr. Haverko. I'm going to expect you to reach out to him when you get access to a phone, whether it's your phone or somebody else's. So I don't want to come back here on the 26th and you look at Mr. Haverko and he looks at you and you guys are like, what are we doing? Okay, so get in touch with them well before the 26th, all right? All right. I'll go ahead and sign this order.
I have an email address if you're able to get, even if it's not your own phone. Oh, that's not good. I'm saying if you get access to a phone, say, hey, you can use my phone. We could arrange a time to talk.
All right, Mr. Robinson, have you line up there? We'll get a copy of those orders at the window, all right? Good luck to you. All right, next matter is.
And I just shall say, I think I've now hit that number. So because we've appointed me to 5.
Right, okay. All right. Patrick Swain. All right, good afternoon, Mr. Swain. This is cause number 5A088639, charges physical control. Mr. Swain is present with Mr. Haverko for purposes of this hearing only. Mr. Haverko, I'll have you inquire.
So, you have a job right now? What do you- how do you split this up? Okay, okay. When did you leave? He was working, but he lost his job doing warehouse type work a couple of months ago. Looking for work. Doesn't currently have employment.
All right, Mr. Swain, based on that, I'll find you eligible for court-appointed counsel at no cost to you. I'll go ahead and, Mr. Haverko is here with you today, and moving forward at your next court hearing, he'll be appointed as well. But for purposes today, we're going to appoint him for the arraignment. Okay.
And stipulate to probable cause, Your Honor, ask the court to enter not guilty plea.
All right, I'll do that. Find probable cause, enter plea of not guilty on behalf of Mr. Swain. Following conditions, Mr. Swain, I'm not showing any prior DUIs. So Mr. Swain, I'm going to release you on the following conditions. You're to make all court hearings timely, no criminal law violations, keep your address and everything up to speed with DOL in the court, not to drive without valid license and proof of liability insurance, not to operate a motor vehicle or be in physical control of a motor vehicle with any alcohol, non-prescribed drugs or marijuana. You understand that? Okay. I'm going to have you order not to have any alcohol related infractions. You're not to refuse to submit to a breath test or blood test upon request of law enforcement. You're not to refuse an alcohol or drug test upon request of the court, probation, or any treatment provider. You're not to possess alcohol, non-prescribed drugs, cannabis, or drug paraphernalia. Understand those conditions? Okay. I'm going to give you out of custody court dates.
271. Well, that's something I'll get when they provide me discovery. Now, you can separately ask for a copy at the police department. I can't give you my copy.
I tried to do that.
Yeah.
And they said that.
Just for the court's information, he had asked me about how he can acquire a copy of the arresting officer's statement or report. I indicated to him that of course, I would receive a copy pursuant to being appointed. Court rule prohibits me from providing a copy of it. I will review that with the defendant,
Right.
but he did indicate that because I had indicated to him that he can request a copy, as far as I know, from the
You can
police
request
department.
through public records.
Yeah.
You're probably going to get a redacted
He-
version.
I did, and then this morning they said that I couldn't get it.
Okay.
I requested a couple days ago, and then I got refused this morning.
I don't know why that would be. I'll defer to the police department with that and the city attorney's office. I don't know.
Can I even just like go down to the police department and ask them, will they give it to me?
Probably not today, but I do a public records request. See it then. All right.
Another one?
Yes. So next court date is going to be February 26th, 2026 at 10 a.m. Mr. Swain, be in touch with Mr. Haverko, and you'll get a copy of this. And we'll see you back here on the 26th, okay?
And before you go, I need to get you to sign this here. Right here. There you go. And I'll be calling you. Okay, I'll be calling you. So yeah, just go see the clerk and she'll give you a copy of your
Will I
paperwork.
get
today.
your,
It's in the,
contact
it's in
information?
the paperwork, yeah.
thank you.
All right, next matter is going to be City of Yelm versus Brianna Walker. Come on, have a seat. This is cause number 5A0932957. Ms. Walker is present, out of custody, charges DUI with a companion DWS third. Looks like bail was posted and we're here for conditions. So, Mr. Haverko.
She's not working right now, lives with her significant other.
Okay. All right, Ms. Walker, I'm going to appoint Mr. Haverko at no expense to you. And I'll turn over to Mr. Haverko for
Stipulate to probable cause, Your Honor, and ask the court to enter not guilty pleas to both charges, both cases.
Okay. All right, Ms. Walker, we're going to find probable cause for purposes hearing only. Enter pleas of not guilty to the, there's actually, so I'm showing a DUI The DWS third as well as a resisting arrest from the same day.
Right. Same incident.
I don't have the resisting on my calendar. Or,
Oh, you don't?
I do. No, I
Yeah,
did.
sorry, yeah.
Yep, sorry. All right. So Ms. Walker, I'm going to enter a plea of not guilty to all three of those charges. I'm going to turn to the city as it relates to conditions of release. I show a DUI from 2008 that was amended to a reckless driving.
Standard conditions, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Haverko, any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right. So Ms. Walker, I'm going to impose the standard conditions, and those conditions are you're to appear timely at all court hearings, not to have any criminal law or criminal traffic violations. You're going to keep your address up to speed with DOL in this court, including your correct address, name, date of birth. Not to drive without valid license and proof of liability insurance. You're not to drive with or be in physical control of the vehicle with any alcohol concentration of 0.08 or above, or a THC concentration of 5 nanograms or higher. Not to have any alcohol-related infractions. You're not to refuse to submit to a breath test or blood test upon request of law enforcement. You're not to refuse an alcohol drug test upon request of the court probation or treatment provider. And you're also not to possess any alcohol, non-prescribed drugs, cannabis, or other drug paraphernalia. Do you understand those conditions? And I'm also going to order you not to go to any bars or taverns while this is pending. Do you okay? And I'm sorry, I'm also there, I have to add the ignition interlock requirement. So Ms. Walker, if you have to have an ignition interlock installed in any vehicle you operate within 5 days. Mr. Haverko and I have a discussion regarding the affidavits of non-driving, which don't make a lot of sense. But if you drive a vehicle, it has to have ignition interlock in it. Okay.
Might do in the next month or two. Right. Because you still have a car, right?
I do.
Well, she says on the one hand, she's not driving right now, but obviously she's got.
She
kids
wants to
and
drive,
she
she's got to
will
get
be-
licensed and has to
Right.
have ignition interlock. Those are the conditions. And if you don't, you've got bail posted, which we're going to hold pending. How much bail do you post? Okay, we'll hold the bail for now, at least till next court hearing. We can revisit that at the next court hearing. Did you post it through a bond company or post cash? Okay, so we're going to hold it till the next court hearing, just to make sure you comply with all the conditions. If you want to revisit that issue at the next court hearing, we can have that discussion. Say again? No, I'm talking about the bail. We're gonna hold the bail for now, for at least a month. Okay? Okay, and then fix ignition interlock. All right, Mr. Haverko, Mr. Radfield, did I cover everything?
I think so.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna sign this order. Ms. Walker, stay in touch with Mr. Haverko. Get in touch with him sooner than later. All right? Thank you.
It's gonna be in your paperwork. Yeah, so. Yeah, I'll be calling.
All right, next matter is gonna be Timothy York. Mr. York here on cause number 580912249, failure to obey a police officer. Mr. York, as well as, and then we have a couple infractions that are tracking. I'll turn it over to you, Mr. Haverko.
If you had to put a number. He's not really officially employed. He kind of I guess, I get the impression either works on or builds cars, kind of as he has time, maybe makes very little, stays with his brother.
All right, based on that, I'll find you eligible for court-appointed counsel, Mr. York, at no cost to you. Turn over to you, Mr. Haverko.
Stipulate the probable cause, Your Honor, ask the court to enter a not guilty plea.
All right, Mr. York, I'm going to find probable cause for purposes of this hearing only. Enter a plea of not guilty to the charge of failing to obey a police officer. Mr. Ratfield, any unique conditions here?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. York, you're going to be released on your own recognizance. Following conditions, you're to appear timely at all court hearings. You're not to have any criminal law violations. You're going to keep your address and everything up to speed with DOL and this court. You're going to be in contact with Mr. Haverco sooner than later. We're going to give you the next court date of
Don't worry about it.
February 26th at 10 a.m. Any questions about those conditions, Mr. York? No. All right, we're going to have the infractions we'll track.
He thinks his brother posted bail, wants to know if the court would release it.
We're going to hold it now. We can revisit it at the next court hearing on the 26th. Okay.
So you need to sign right here on this pad. There you go.
All right, Mr. York, I've signed this order and we'll see you back here on the 26th. All right?
Sure.
Yep, thank you. All right, got some people in the courtroom. What's your name? Butler, why don't you come forward? Christopher Butler? All right, Mr. Butler, you are here under cause number 5809-00306. And was that one of the cases that you, all right, so Mr. Butler, the court or the prosecutor's office in this case with charges of DWS third as well as failure to transfer title, the city automatically amends those to an infraction. In the case of the DWS third, it's amended to a no valid operating license with ID, which is an infraction, $150 penalty. And then the failure to transfer title goes to expired tabs, which again is $150. So the city does that. What I do is I send you out to the window and then they'll take care of you at the window outside. Okay, all right. That's it. Good luck to you. Yeah. All right, come on forward, Ms. Mills. All right, you are Melinda Marie Mills, cause number 4A398024R. Ms. Mills is present. Charges DUI. Mr. Haverco.
Your Honor. So you currently work right now? She's not currently working right now. Her spouse gets a little bit of disability. She is kind of occupying her time with taking care of her mother. Some health issues. So she's currently looking for work, but she doesn't currently have her own employment.
All right. All right. Based on that, I'll find Ms. Mills eligible for court-appointed counsel at no cost to her, and I'll turn it over to you, Mr. Haverco.
Stipulate to probable cause, Your Honor, ask the court to enter not guilty plea.
Okay, we'll do that. Ms. Mills, Mr. Ratfield, I'm looking at this as an old, looks like this is a blood draw case from 2004. I'm not showing any priors.
That's right, Your
Okay. All right, Ms. Mills, we're going to release you on your own recognizance under the following conditions. You're not to commit, you're going to make all court dates on time, not to commit any criminal or criminal traffic violations, keep your address and name and everything up to speed with DOL in this court. You're not to drive, you're not to operate a motor vehicle after consuming any alcohol, drugs of any kind, or non-prescribed drugs or marijuana. Not to refuse to submit to a breath or blood test upon request of law enforcement. You're not to have any alcohol-related infractions. You're not to drive without valid license and proof of liability insurance. And I'm not going to impose ignition interlock at this time. I think I covered everything, Mr. Ratfield?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. We're going to give you an out of custody court date. You're going to be information on how to contact Mr. Haverco. Do that sooner than later. All right. Your next court date is going to be February 26th at 11 a.m. And we'll see you back here at that time, all right? All right, and you're back?
Sure. On there, yeah, that's what we
Before you go, I need a phone.
Yeah, give me two, yeah, what's the, take, if the city can take a look at that.
Are you currently insured now?
All right.
car accident years ago and last year, and they corrected somebody, and I got no insurance. It's in my license.
Okay.
So my
Okay.
license is suspended.
All right.
And I had insurance at the time, covered. Then my insurance dropped me after that, so I haven't been able to get insurance.
Are you here for court in the back?
You want to set a mitigation?
What's your name?
period to explain that to the court.
Boris, why don't you come forward, Miss Boris? Sorry? Okay, go ahead and have a seat. Are you Karen Boros? Okay, have a seat, Ms. Boris. This is cause number 580949022. Karen Boros is present. Charges are DWS third and vehicle operating refused to comply with officer. And then there's, hold on a second, and then there's a couple tracking infractions. Mr. Haverco.
Well, I've been advised she's not representing herself pro se. She's representing herself by a way of pro per.
Okay.
I'm not familiar with that term.
All right. Ms. Boros, if you can explain to me what that term is and what it means. No. All right, well, Ms. Boros, let me explain something to you here real quickly. You're here for arraignment on a criminal matter. And we're gonna deal with this today, whether you want to or not. We're gonna deal with it today. We're gonna get this process moving forward. You've indicated you've appeared under some term that I'm not familiar with. So is it your position that you're not going to enter a formal plea of guilty or not guilty? I'm gonna ask you to, Mr. Haverco is the court-appointed counsel. I can't answer any questions. So I'm going to ask you if you have any questions, if you want to take a minute and talk with Mr. Haverco, that would be fantastic. Did you want to, on the, what do you? Does he have any priors? Reduce it down to 150? Good with that? Okay, you just go let the clerk know, and if we need to sign anything, we'll do it. Okay? Yep, good luck to you. Criminal. All right. Mr. Haverco, does she have any more questions for you?
Something about right to travel. She wasn't driving.
Okay.
Right to travel.
Okay. All right. Do we have rights form? Do you have a rights form I can read? Okay, why don't you pull that up? All right, Ms. Boros, I'm going to go over a couple things procedurally. So first of all, I'm going to advise you of your constitutional rights. This is again cause number, this is a criminal matter under cause number 5809499022. You're charged with a criminal offense that carries a possible jail sentence. You understand you have the following rights. Whether you agree with them or not, I'm going to read them to you. You have the right to be represented by an attorney of your choosing at all proceedings. If after I am screened, it is determined that I cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed to me. Even if I do not have an attorney at arraignment, I do not waive my right to an attorney at any later proceeding. I am presumed innocent of any charge until the charge is proven beyond a reasonable doubt. I have a right to a speedy trial. If I'm held in jail before trial, I must be brought to trial within 60 days after the date of my arraignment, or if I'm released from jail and you are out of custody, so the amount of time would be 90 days after the date of your arraignment. That 90 days would start today. I have a constitutional right to a jury trial unless I specifically give up that right by signing a jury trial waiver. If I waive my right to a jury trial at arraignment, I have 10 days to change my mind and request a jury trial. I have the right to see and hear and question all witnesses who testify against me. I have the right to call witnesses on my behalf. I may have the court subpoena witnesses to appear and to testify at no prior expense to me. I have the right to testify on my own behalf. I also have the right to remain silent and not give testimony or present any evidence in my defense. My silence cannot be used against me. If I feel I cannot have a fair trial because of the bias or prejudice of a particular judge, I have a right to ask for a different judge within 10 days of actual notice of assignment to that judge. I'm only entitled to one change of judge. I have the right to appeal from any finding of guilty following a trial by jury or judge. To begin the appeal, I must file a written notice of appeal in this court within 30 days of judgment. If I plead guilty, I give up or waive all of the rights listed above, except the right of representation by an attorney, unless I assign a written waiver of my right to an attorney. If I am not a U.S. citizen, a conviction of a crime may result in deportation or exclusion from admission to the United States or denial of naturalization. I understand I have the right to consult with an immigration attorney prior to being arraigned. I have read the above rights, or I understand those rights, or I've had those rights read to me. Ms. Boros, you're present in the courtroom. Were you present when I read you those rights? Okay, I'm going to again defer to Mr. Haverco as your counsel to answer any questions you have.
The Constitution grants this court two different provisions under admiralty and military tribunal venue in Article Section 8.
And Ms. Burrows, I'm going to stop you. I'm going to stop you. What I'm going to do is what I do with folks that have arguments of that case, of that situation. I'm going to have you submit it in writing in the form of a motion. If you have a motion at a later time, I'll have you submit it to the clerk's office. Then I'll get it so I can read it ahead of time. All we're dealing with today is an arraignment, which is a procedural process. So I'm gonna, if you're not going to enter a plea, I'm going to enter a plea on your behalf, which is going to be a plea of not guilty to the charge. What we're going to do is we're going to set this matter for a pretrial, unrepresented pretrial, as it relates to the two criminal matters. And then the infractions, Ms. Burrows can deal with those as she sees fit. So I'll need an out of custody. You're going to be released under the following conditions, Ms. Burrows. Those conditions are going to be law-abiding behavior, and you're not to drive without a valid license and liability insurance. So they're pretty straightforward conditions. And next court date is going to be January, that's not right.
Yeah, no, it's
Okay. Next court date, Ms. Burrows, is going to be February 12th. At that time, as of right now, you're not represented, so you'll be representing yourself. I'll go over some additional conditions that are discussed at that time relating to somebody that moves forward representing yourself. You're going to be held to a same standard that I would hold Mr. Haverco or Mr. Ratfield to. But again, any objection you have to process, any objection you have to jurisdiction, I ask you to file that in writing with the clerk, and then I'll review it ahead of time. Next court date is going to be February 12th, 2026 at 9 a.m. You'll be given a copy of this order at the window out to your left. All right. Thank you very much. All right. You want to go through the warrants real quick? Shandell Bogan, DWS third.
Yeah, all the DWS there.
Oh, amended them. Yeah. Okay. Same with failure to transfer title.
Yes.
Chris Dresden we dealt with. Which ones did we, okay, the DWS is. I think we dealt with them all. There's a lot of people here today. All right. Good.